right, so here we are with Dina Parisi as we find one of the baddest grudge races ever to happen here in Virginia. $50,000 on the line. We have this young lady. It's actually a husband-wife team. Drew Bam Bam Parisi.
How are you?
Fantastic. And we have the wife over here. Now, the amazing thing is, 4 years ago, you could have seen this girl in a super comp car. 4 years later, she is in a Northeast Outlaw Promod car, about to race an innovator, okay, Harold Martin, for 50 grand. Now, we're going to have Detroit versus Long Island. Tell us a little bit about your car, your body, your chassis, and your drivetrain, Dina.
Well, I have a 63 Tim McCamus Corvette, and we have a 526 Hemi in it, about 2,400 horse, about basically the same. We don't run a clutch, though. So we have a Bruner unit, Lenko drive, not a Lenko drive, Bruner unit, Lenko, 3-speed, but no clutch.
Okay, so in other words, you have to shift the gears by hand.
I do. I shift, but no converter. No, it's a converter, no clutch.
Okay, what kind of quarter-mile ETs and speeds have you been?
Well, yesterday we tested. She ran a 609 at 235 miles an hour. So that was good. We had a little trouble with her last year, trying to get her all straightened out, and this year she's going to run well. We're looking to improve on that, most definitely, but that was a good start.
Man, I am so excited to see you go up against Harold Martin with that wild-looking M4.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a cool car. It is a cool car.
It is a cool car. You don't mind, Bam Bam, if I get a little close to you?
You don't do
Okay,
that.
excellent.
He's
Well, in that case...
Trust me, he's looking for somebody else to pay the bills.
no, just... But,
He's like, okay, I'll go over there now.
I know Harold cuts a pretty amazing reaction time. I mean, I know you're new to the Promod. How do you find your reaction times in this Promod league?
I'm new to the Promod. My reaction times are not bad. I'm just coming off this is my first time in the car since my hand surgery that I had in January. I spent 2 months in a cast. Yep, there it is. All nice and dirty for you.
No excuses, it's for real.
Yeah, so it was 2 days of adjusting back into the car. We just put the molded seat in the car and changed some safety equipment. So it was a whole lot of adjustment not being in the car for 6 months. So it's crazy, but it's fun. I love it.
I'll tell you what, a little bit about your car. Who did the paint work, or is it a wrap? The car's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we get asked that a lot. It's not a wrap. It's not a wrap. Performance Autocrafters, right, in Virginia, Barney Squires, who also races, he did the paint work on that car, and I have to say he did a fabulous, fabulous job. What I did with both cars was I gave him the scheme that I wanted. Like Andrew's car, in my head, I found this 53 Corvette that we drove it so fast down the track that the paint peeled off and revealed this P-40 fighter plane underneath. So that was my, in my head. And I was sober, go figure. So after we did that car, and we got a lot of great reaction from it, and plus with the American flag, we have the fallen soldier on the back, POW flags on the side, because that's what we're all about, making people remember that we still have soldiers over there who are dying every day, and that we have veterans who have served this country. They have laid their lives on the line. It's a really important thing we feel to remember. So with that thought in mind, when we said, how far out of the box can we go? So we came up with this paint scheme. I told Barney what I wanted to do. I was going with the Vietnam theme, which is on the passenger side of the car. And it's, all bombs and totally nothing girly on the car. There's not a stitch of pink on the car. So, and it ends with the Vietnam War, but I wanted to read like a history page. I wanted it to have protesters plus the war plus the Vietnam War. I wanted it to go all the way through. We were going to do it on both sides, and then Barney suggested, why don't we have another feel on the other side and make it a little bit more updated. So that's why we have the stealth bomber on the other side. And we currently work with the Wounded Warrior Project. So we get a lot of reaction from that. We met a couple of soldiers, in particular, when we were on Long Island at the American Air Power Museum, where they actually built the A-10s. And they had just come back from Iraq. and they were looking at the Humvees, and they said, "Wow, yep, we were in those." And one guy said, "Yeah," he said, half of our unit was killed right in front of us, and it's kind of a powerful thing. So we just it's not to make a political statement, it's just to kind of make people remember that, you know, there are people out there who are laying their lives on the line for us, and you know, when you hear the national anthem, take your hat off and stand there and be quiet for, it's only a minute or two, and be respectful. And
Yeah, you know, we here at, yellowbullet.com, etc. We are so into patriotism and people like yourself, and we're happy that, that people don't forget our soldiers over there. We certainly don't, and we appreciate you not forgetting them also, and we thank you so much for that. And, just a quick thing, how do you feel about your husband racing? Are you okay with that?
Well, we get asked that a lot. I think what happens is my heart's in my throat when I watch him, and it's vice versa. You're still having to watch that other person, but when you're in the car, you're in the car.
Okay, who's faster?
Depends on who you ask.
Statistics.
He's still faster in the quarter. I got him half track.
Well, let me see something real quick. Andrew, what do you have to say about that?
It's on right now, don't worry.
Harold Martin, 50 grand ain't going to be nothing compared to what these two are going to. They're going for the house, custody, and everything else. Oh, boy, here we go. But anyway, back to Dina.
He's back.
Who do you think is going to win this race today? I mean, how do you feel about Harold Martin? I mean, the guy has a lot of patents. He's got some innovative stuff. It's 8th mile. I know you do quarter. It could be anyone's game. I mean, what are your thoughts on this grudge match?
Well, first of all, it's absolutely anyone's game. It is. You never know what's going to happen in a race. That's the great thing about it. That's why it's a race. It's heads up. That's the best thing about it. But, and I have a lot of respect for Harold. And it's a great thing that they pitted me against him. I'm looking forward to it. He's an innovator. He's done some great things. He's done great things for this sport. So it's an honor to race with him. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you know what? He feels the same about you. And here at Grudge Central, we wish you the best. This is Rockin' Rob in Camp Parisi here. I'm out. Okay, you saw the results. Outstanding. Right here, Virginia Motorsports Park, Northeast Outlaw Promods Series, Rockin' Rob, Grudge Central, Yellow Bullet. We're out!